Ladies and gentlemen, this is something that actually been in the news for a while. And let me tell you something, romaine lettuce is one of the most easiest to grow. I grow romaine. I actually grow like four different types of lettuce in my backyard. And I literally go out there, take some of the leaves, and I make a large salad for myself all throughout the summer. Get some tomatoes, everything fresh out of the garden. And you don't even technically need soil to grow romaine lettuce. That's how easy it is to grow. It's very simple. Um, in this country, there's always something wrong with the food. Always something wrong. All you need is some non-GMO seeds. Plant that lettuce where it gets direct sunlight, and I'm telling you, it's damn near carefree to grow. You don't have to do a lot to grow your own lettuce. It's very easy. All right, so now there's a romaine lettuce outbreak of E. coli. 98 people sick in 22 states. Okay, all the more reason to grow your garden. You don't have to live off of food that these folks provide. You can provide food for yourself. A nasty strain of bacteria that can cause severe illness is what's driving a food poisoning outbreak linked to romaine lettuce, health officials said Friday. The government is now reporting that 98 people got sick in 22 states. 46 people have been hospitalized, including 10 with kidney failure, which is unusually high. Yeah, that is a high number for an E. coli bacteria poisoning. I never heard of that many people having kidney failure from E. coli. That's really weird. But you know what? Like I said, you do not have to live on these folks' produce. It's easy to have a garden in your backyard. Hell, you can even do this on a balcony of a patio. All you need is the grow bags. Fill those grow bags with soil. You can grow your own tomatoes, carrots, lettuce, all that stuff, peppers, right there on your apartment balcony. So if you are really determined to grow your own stuff, it can be done. It can be done very easily. All right, so the outbreak has been blamed on E. coli bacteria in romaine lettuce grown in Yuma, Arizona. While E. coli bacteria are not harmful, some produce toxins that can cause severe illness. But I notice every time there's an E. coli, I want you to always notice this. Every time there's an E. coli outbreak, it's always from this food that comes from farmers and end up in the market. Talk to people that grow their own gardens. You rarely hear of people that are growing their own gardens in the backyard that have lettuce have E. coli in that lettuce. I want you to always notice that. It always come from these farms. And people end up with this E. coli, even from the meat, even from chicken. But I know people that personally raise their own livestock, and I rarely ever heard, I don't even think I've ever heard one time. The township over from me is Mount Laurel, New Jersey. They are allowed to have livestock over there. In my township, we're not. We have ordinances that says we can't have livestock. But if I just move one township over, I can have chickens and, and you can have a certain amount of livestock. Never heard of any of those folks having E. coli, but these farm grown and raised animals always have some type of bacteria. It's unbelievable. Okay, the growing season in Yuma is pretty much over, but it's possible some illnesses will occur, said Matthew Wise of the Center for Disease Control and Prevention. The most recent illness began on April 20th. So from April 20th all the way up to now, 22 states received this lettuce that came out of Arizona with the E. coli bacteria, and people are just getting sick and having kidney failure. That's crazy. Okay. In the meantime, people should not buy or eat romaine unless they know it's not from Yuma. Okay. The Yuma region provides most of the romaine sold in the US during the winter. We haven't been able to guarantee that there's no such product coming out of Yuma at this point, added um, Stick Harris of the Food and Drug Administration during a briefing. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you can't find a way to grow your own food, try to go to the farmer's market. You might be a little more better off than getting the supermarket romaine lettuce. You know, a lot of times the farmer's market vegetables are homegrown. So if you really truly are in a situation where you can't grow your own, try to go to the farmer's market and get it. Okay, back to the story. While officials have tracked the outbreak to chop and whole head romaine lettuce from Yuma, they don't know if it was tainted in the fields or at other point, like during packaging and distributing. The types of E. coli that cause illness can be spread through contaminated water or food, or through contact with affected animals or persons, the CDC says. The last large E. coli outbreak like this involved spinach grown in California in 2016. I remember that. And that's, spinach is another thing that I grow in my garden, another thing that's very easy to grow. Officials suspected cattle contamination, a nearby stream, wild pigs roaming the field spread to the field. So they don't know how. So you know what? They're speculating. They don't know how you, those vegetables got the E. coli. But again, your backyard garden, you don't have to worry about contaminated animals walking through. So far in Arizona, officials have tied 8 of 98 cases to whole head romaine lettuce grown at Harris Farm in Yuma. Those 8 cases were at a jail in Alaska. Wow. That farm's harvest has ended, Harris said. The FDA is looking at 24 other farms as a source of the chopped romaine tied to illness. Mississippi, Tennessee, and Wisconsin were added Friday to the states with reported food poisoning. Again, ladies and gentlemen, romaine is very easy to grow. You don't have to worry about E. coli contamination. That's the problem with all this food on the market. This stuff, it's always something wrong with it, you know, and not to mention all the pesticides and everything. And sometimes their grounds are contaminated that they're growing this stuff in. There's no telling what happened in Arizona or what happened along the way when it was shipped out of Arizona. But again, this is the type of produce that's so, it's like a no-brainer to grow this kind of stuff. Very easy. You can do it yourself. You can literally grow your garden and feed yourself, and you don't have to touch their produce. I do it every year. Please tell me what you think, ladies and gentlemen. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell. And if you have an Android device, please get my app and add it on. I will leave the link to the Google Play where you can find it in the comment section. Peace, family.